Now suppose that Seal is in a room with an English version of the program, along with sufficient pencils, paper, erasers, and filing cabinets. Chinese characters are slipped in under the door, and he follows the program step by step, which eventually instructs him to slide other Chinese characters back out under the door. If the computer had passed the Turing test this way, it follows that Seal would do so as well, simply by running the program by hand. Seal can see no essential difference between the roles of the computer and himself in the experiment. Each simply follows the program step by step, producing behavior that makes them appear to understand. However, Seal would not be able to understand the conversation. Therefore, he argues, it follows that the computer would not be able to understand the conversation either. Seal argues, without understanding our intentionality, we cannot describe what the machine is doing as thinking, since it does not think. It does not have a mind in the normal sense of the word. Therefore, he concludes that the strong AI hypothesis is false. A computer running a program that simulates a mind would not have a mind in the same sense that human beings have a mind. That's how Wiki, sorry to every English teacher ever, describes the Chinese room experiment. You know what else has a Chinese room? Hey guys, it's Alex. Welcome to or back, depending on who you are. How we feeling? We like the Amazing Digital Circus themed avatar? Yeah, I'm using a new art app thing, so it kind of looks shitty because I'm experimenting right now, and I'm pretty sure it's not letting me do PNGs correctly, so you have to deal with a white square. I don't care about you, you know. My own Jax moment. I don't care. You have to deal with my weird white square. Anyway, so the Amazing Digital Circus once again has a chokehold on me. I literally remember the first episode coming out and immediately putting together a Ragatha cosplay at my grandma's house. If I find a picture, it should be up on screen, unless I forgot, in which case, boo-hoo. I do this for fun. I'm not overworking myself. Now, no surprise today I'm going to be talking about the Chinese room, because I feel like I've heard very little discussion about it in the way that I interpret it. We all interpret it the same, but I feel like there needs to be more emphasis on what I'm putting emphasis on it, because I'm an entitled little brat, so now you have to listen. So, with the Chinese room experiment, basically says that AI can't understand or think about what it's saying, but says what it's told to say. I basically think of it as AI doesn't have emotion behind the words. Take autism to the extreme. It's basically studied how humans work, and with logic, it will respond to what it thinks the humans will respond the best to, but it can't feel. Okay. I feel like with the inclusion of the Chinese room, I think Gooseworks is trying to remind us that Caine is AI and does not understand anything. He can't think. He can't feel. He's not real. Well, yes, this contradicts I have no mouth and I must scream, but a lot of the Amazing Digital Circus does. I feel like Gooseworks used I have no mouth and I must scream as the basic premise of human, or things that think they're human, dropped in place by AI. But I feel like we're really tacking so much on the I have no mouth and I must scream. Yes, there are many similarities between it and the video game. Well, you know what I mean. It started out as a story, but it has more similarities with the video game. You know what I mean. I'm going so off script. Oh my god. But, like, I feel like we are undermining the creative aspect of it, and I feel like we need to focus, because a lot of theories surround either Caine is actually human, in which case, if that was the fact, I would believe, this is off script, that Caine would be like the actual Caine, but in reverse roles. He got so jealous that Abel was able to put him in his place, and Caine misses Abel so much he made Bubble. Like, I think that's the kind of vibe we'd be going for, but I really feel like we either think that he's human or we treat him as a human in a way that I don't personally like. How does this affect the story, though? So, this is also kind of my thoughts on sophomore, but I need us, because people keep saying it's like their mind gets copied, and then, like, it's an AI copy of their mind before the real person left. However, we are taking it in such a sophomore tense that we are forgetting that we're saying that it's AI. An AI copy. This either means that they are the exact same as all NPCs and Caine, and the Chinese room, in my sense, means nothing. Or we could be looking at it's different because Caine was programmed, but this AI copy was not. It's like all natural in a way. So I have just went off script for that whole thing. Let me read to you what's in my script, but I've changed my mind slightly on it, but I'll just read out what I read. I really subscribe to Sophmo, link in the disc, which, if you don't know, is basically the theory that they're all just copies of their human consciences, which would technically make them on the same playing field as Caine. We thought of him so differently for so long, even in the theories and breakdowns that act as though he's a human. He's different. But what has the story been trying to tell us all along? What was Gummy Goo? He somehow felt, yes, this is peak existentialism, realizing even though you thought you were human, you were AI, it's scary and inhuman. But at the same time, if they could all just realize that they're the same, they could find happiness in stagnation, as Gooseworks said was the message they want for people to pull from this. And yeah, there's a bunch of theories like this now that I truly say it out loud, but I feel like not enough is put into the Chinese room. They're copying, mimicking a program, and the program being a human mind. They are AI. Grapple with this fact. Most people are like, oh yes, but if they just realize that they're copies and, a little bit of existentialism here and there, and then they can work on finding happiness. They're AI. Grapple with this fact. Grapple if you all of a sudden realized you were AI. None of your feelings have been real. It's all just been a copy. A copy. I feel like this would live up to the psychological horror title. But I just wanted to put my thoughts out there because I feel like we're focusing on the Chinese room, but not enough. Caine is not human. I really think Gooseworks is trying to blatantly, in our face, tell us, Caine, not human. Don't think of him as human. He can't think or feel like a human. But, again, off script, I think this also has some implications for relationships, which I really think that the plot is just going to be them trying to find happiness in stagnation. They're really not going to find anything out about the outside world. However, I believe that the realization that the Chinese room gave me has a lot of implications on Caine and Kinger's relationship. So I think that Caine was programmed to seek out humans' happiness, even though he can't understand human happiness, so that he can, try and please the humans, However, either Kinger consistently gets in the way of the happiness or the success, or keeps reminding him of the mistakes, and that's why he hates him, or Caine's programmer hates Kinger. I know a lot of people are dismissing the idea that Kinger is a dev of the Amazing Digital Circus, and I'm kind of in that boat too, but I do feel like if it does end up that we are going to be having a story where they find out what's going on in the real world, even though I do not think that that is going to be the case at all, but if that is the route that they are going, I think that it will have something to do with Kinger being a game dev. I really think it will. Either way, he does have more information than anything. Obviously, he has more information on the manifestation thing, if that is canon, which I'm pretty sure it is. But, if you want to learn more about that, link in the disc. But, yeah. I just wanted to bring this to the forefront right now, since it's been 2 weeks, and I really can't find any videos like this one. Well, you can. Again, link in the disc. But, you know what I mean? I feel like I have something slightly different here. Turn a little bit to the left, If you know of any videos, sorry, I wrote this, and then I took a break before recording, and there are a lot of videos kind of similar to this. Still find a way to leave a comment, maybe, maybe I want to be found a little bit, just a little bit. Anyway, place your bets on whether Jax is gonna abstract or just turn into a villain. My vote's on abstraction. Also, thank you to my wonderful bestie Hazel. She drew my thumbnail. Also, bitch, I don't know why I'm telling you this in a video, but I have your orchestra shirt if you're ever looking for that. I also have one of your makeup brushes and your yellow eyeliner. I'm sorry, girl. I'm gonna get that back to you sometime. Eventually. But yeah. Their channel is in the description. I love her so much. Go check her out. Especially if you're in fandom culture. She's really big into fandom culture over there. If you like the epic, She got you. You like to eat a god? That's the name of it, right? To eat a god? She got you. She got you. She's literally the best. I don't know what I'd do without them. And their clothing, apparently. Love you, girl. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe. Oh my god, I'm so cringy. Please like and subscribe if you liked this. Yeah. Bye-bye.